Hey, happy 420, everybody. You know what to do. Tweet out the room. It's gonna be a good one.
I think I'm a bomb bomb. Here goes the arms Jamaican. Little different style, different fashion. You know? Tell me say one thing Nancy can't understand. One thing Nancy can't understand. What make them a talk about me ambition? So what make them a talk about me ambition? Come and say some of them a ask me where me get it from. So some of them a ask me where me get it from. I told them no it's from creation. I told them no it's from creation. Bam bam hey yo. What a bam 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 dilang bam 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 dilang bam bam hey. What a bam bam what a bam bam. This woman never trouble no one. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition. I come free nice up Jamaican. So bam bam Tawata bam 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 dilang bam 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 dilang bam bam hey ya. How me say wata bam bam tell me say wata bam bam hey ya.
Tell them no. Wagwan Bachman. Yo, I hope everybody's had a second to tweet out the room. Happy 420, everybody. It's a special show today. We have some special guests. Everybody's up here right on time. That's impressive.
Yeah, Alpha. Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle, everybody.
See that we have Billy in the house. What's up, Billy? How you doing?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Welcome.
What's going on?
Welcome, bro.
Nothing much. Just here hanging out in the jungle. Yeah, Alpha. So Billy's not gonna be with us too long. We have him for about 30 minutes to just talk Web3. I kind of want to just get right into it. Billy, for people that don't know you, could you give us a brief, just summary about your life and who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of fresh out of jail, guys. I had a federal prison sentence end on August 30th. Went to jail for my role in raising money for the Fire Festival and Fire. Had a few startups before that, so down to kind of chat anything from Fire to marketing. My new company, Pirate, and really just super new to the Web3 space. So excited to learn from you guys and kick it around for a little bit.
This is awesome, man. Billy, first and foremost, welcome back. I'm sure a lot of us got a chance to see, like, there was a Netflix special on Fire Festival. There was like a Hulu movie. They went nuts during the pandemic with the specials. And it's great to have you back, man. And welcome to Web3, you know?
Thank you. Never watched the doc, so you guys are ahead of me there. But yeah, I think this is my third space ever now, and I think the last one I'll do for a little while. So you guys, I'm here at a good time. Excited to chat and get back caught up.
Oh no, hold on. Were the last two bad? Because you're in a different space now. This is hopefully this is gonna sell you on spaces. Hopefully.
Okay, I did two. One was certainly a little rough, and the second one was really good. So I think this one off to a good start so far.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Nobody really knew you were coming, so we're gonna give everyone a chance to get in here and hopefully come up and ask some questions. Because the coolest thing about spaces is just the ability for anyone to come up, and a lot of people don't they don't understand that, but we try to make everyone feel welcome,
Yeah, so, one thing too, Billy, I want to kind of tell you a little bit about us and where we are at in the Web3 space. Most of us here, we're on a different blockchain. I'm sure you're probably aware of Ethereum, Bitcoin. We're on a sort of another blockchain called Kronos, which is backed by crypto.com.
Okay.
And I think in your journey in Web3, you're going to see there's a lot of different, communities, a lot of different blockchains. And I've been really bullish on Crow. And I heard your story in the first space, and, I connected with it a little bit. I remember when I was in high school, I used to sell candy bars. It wasn't exactly legal, but it was more of a way for me to earn money. So, nothing to your extent, but I've been in that kind of scenario where you're fighting for your life and you're kind of trying to make something work. And I think, for everybody here in the community, it would be great to hear from you about really like what your lessons were, what you should not do, and really like, your journey on like raising VC capital funding, uh, raising startups. I think a lot of people here, they have that same sort of mentality of being an entrepreneur and really like, kicking stuff off. But yeah, like I kind of my first question is, you're back. So what are your plans now, and how does Web3 build onto that?
Yeah, cool. And just to start, totally down to open this up for questions after I talk for a few minutes here. But working on a new brand now called Pirate, which is spelled Pyrt, and I'm trying to get back to what I thought I was pretty good at, which was running these trips with a couple of dozen of like really interesting and diverse people to the outer islands of the Bahamas, where I was essentially taking these like crazy creators from New York, Miami, LA, taking them to this outer island, which is like super bare bones and primitive, and connecting people around these like amazing experiences. And whether that was zero gravity in an airplane, or like night diving, or like spearfishing for the lobster to eat. And then I had this really bad idea to try to kind of show off almost and share this with everybody through a festival with a few thousand people. So this time we're looking to make like this permanent location. And for example, like that'd be a great place to host, a Twitter space or a podcast from or whatever, kind of get everybody there and get really creative. But instead of trying to bring thousands of people there physically, we're rigging the area with these 360 cameras and doing these live streams. But the idea is, instead of people just watching what's happening, they can come together online to actually like affect and even own some of the experiences. So what that means is people could like team up online to build like a beach bar shack and then literally sell drinks to their favorite artists. Or it can be more fun where they're just like influencing the lives and the creative processes of all the talent that's on the island. And when I was kind of thinking of this in solitary confinement and in jail, I was just totally naive to like DAOs and a lot of the Web3 stuff. And I feel like this concept has a lot of similarities to the structure of a DAO. So really just trying to learn and catch up now. And, any ideas from you guys would be awesome. But I think like a platform like this where we have like a nice group could be a cool way to start like testing this pirate technology. And then, maybe having you, BlockFi, and some of your co-hosts come down at some point whenever we're allowed to go and see what we can do.
Yeah, honestly, Billy, this is something we've been teasing for a while. We've had a couple of people on this blockchain build separate metaverses, and we've been trying to do exactly what you're saying.
Oh, no shit.
Get what we're doing here into a metaverse, and it's not easy. It's a bridge that we haven't really built too well yet from what we do here on Twitter, which I mean these spaces get up to like 15,000-20,000 people in them sometimes. And to get that type of engagement in a metaverse, I mean that's what we're here for, just so you know. And then it's something that we're definitely learning to be patient with.
Yeah, Billy, I wanted to ask you about because I saw some of your video. You've coined a phrase called vidr or vidT, or could you go in a little bit of details on that?
Oh, he might have rugged.
Did you lose him?
Let me try to get him down and up. Yeah, because it says his mic's on, but we can't hear him. Voodoo, what's cracking?
Well, I had a question for Billy. I guess I'll wait.
I'm sure, right?
hey guys, I'm sorry. I was literally had just filmed a podcast, so I'm like in the studio and I had to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. My bad. But
No,
I'm
that's
back
cool.
now. Back now.
On the Twitter.
Yeah, so I was saying I'm not sure what we can do in the spaces, but BlockFi, I'm going to email you like some pictures of what we're actually working on, and if there's any way you want to show the group, that'd be cool. I don't think this has been shared publicly at all, so that could be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my question to you, Billy, I saw you coined a phrase called vidr. Could you go in a little bit about that?
Yes, the idea is like once again, my knowledge of like the metaverse is very rudimentary, but what I'm really interested in is how people could come together online to actually like change a real world environment and not just like a virtual environment. So the virtual environment we're building is like a one-to-one replica of like this real island. So any change that people do virtually would actually happen like in this real environment. And the VIDR is what, you know, I'm coining the technology. And like, I might be super naive and wrong, like on that terminology, but that's like this whole concept of this one-to-one real world to virtual replica where all these virtual changes actually like cause changes in reality.
Oh, I got you.
What do you have?
Okay. So Billy, here's my question to you guys. So I'm just curious, how are you, or what steps are you taking to,
Hey guys, can you hear
overcome?
me still?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
you fine. Can you hear
Start
me?
over, Voodoo.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, what steps are you taking, for yourself personally to overcome the stigma of your incarceration and your
I
past
can't hear
business
you
dealings?
guys.
Oh, here, I'll relay it if you can hear me.
Yeah,
Um,
I can hear you well.
he wanted to know what steps you're taking now that you're out,
To
to
overcome the
overcome
stigma
the stigma of
of
being
his
locked up.
incarceration.
And
There you
just
go.
so you know, like, yeah, I've been locked up plenty of times. Like, you're
Oh,
among
really?
you're among friends here.
See, you're a veteran. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, and I think the one thing that has been pretty cool to see is like for every like 9 or 10 people who are super pissed off and like close doors at me right away, it's almost inspired a couple people in the other direction who they're almost like, not to be too corny, but like almost embracing that pirate mentality where they're like, fuck it, you know, and kind of finding pride and drive to go against the grain. And I've actually almost had an easier time like hiring people right now with less money than I've ever had before because like I think I'm trying to find people who are in it for the right reasons. So definitely like a lot of like super great established people who just like won't even hear me out. But at the same time, I think just finding some more like motivated people who are at least motivated by the right causes to get on board.
Yeah, we got a lot of those people around here. So I definitely hope you can stick around. We got a bunch of people that want to come up now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
for
So
sure.
yeah, Billy. You know, we don't have Billy too long. I think he has something else to do. But I wanted to kind of get into it because you know a lot of us here, we want to launch projects, but you know, funding is it's a major hurdle. How did you find yourself raising, you know, VC funding, or even get to the point where you know you raise, you know, 10, $20 million?
Yeah, good question. And like the quick answer is just ate shit for a lot of years first. I think the biggest like misconception is that I woke up one day and just like sent a fake spreadsheet out and raised a lot of money. And while I certainly sent a fake spreadsheet out and used that to raise money, it took like 6 or 7 years of really working with a lot of these investors and just building their trust to get to the point where I could ask for that kind of capital. And I think on like one end, it makes what I did, you know, all the more fucked up because I like violated the trust of people that I was close with for a period of time. But the reality was, like, I didn't raise $20 million like one morning. You know, I was able to raise that in one morning or a couple of mornings because of the 5 or 6 years of building with these guys, getting turned down, and really like struggling as a cashless entrepreneur. And I think like the world of venture is just it's very like insulated, but like once you're in, and it's really just breaking through the doors to get in.
we're dealing with a lot of that right now in Web3. I don't know if you've seen the news, but there's been some fake spreadsheets. There's been about
Yeah.
10 billion taken off the table recently. Um, it's oh shit. Now I forgot my question. My bad. That's from smoking too much weed.
No problem.
No, I can come in real quick. Billy, this is like a softballer bit, but what do you like to do for fun? You know, like since you're out, what is something you did? You know, that's just fun that you couldn't do while you were in jail.
I missed like the water the most, and I think that obviously that's probably like a reoccurring theme through a lot of these projects, right? But everything from like diving to spearfishing, like jet skiing, as you guys probably have all made fun of me for, but really like missed the water. So the first thing I did when I was free was try to go swimming. Um, Also missed like martial arts, just into like jujitsu and Muay Thai. So I've been doing that for fun as well.
Okay. I just Alpha. Did you get your question or no?
It was about the money. What was it about the money? Or the trust? Nah, man. It's about intent. There it is. Okay, so we've been talking recently about uh criminality and intent.
Yeah.
So, like, it seems like just from your vibe that your intent wasn't to defraud all these people, but when it comes to financial crimes, that doesn't really factor in, does it?
So what I was actually charged for was lying to the investors. I wasn't charged for the festival itself. So I think like what's a little crazy is that even if the festival worked, I was still guilty of the same crime and still would have gone to jail. I guess it's not crazy. It's obviously like I broke the law, but just I think it's a common misconception. And then as stupid and bad and like under delivered as obviously like to the extreme the festival really was, I tried my hardest and obviously was just like super dumb throughout that process. But the real like moral ethical problem was just like lying to the investors to get to that point.
Yeah, and this is really interesting stuff. And it's amazing to me that we've got people like you and people like Sam that are here with us on Twitter, like talking about it. I don't know another time in history that we've had guys like you that are just here and being honest with us about these experiences. I think everyone here can learn a lot.
I also
Seriously.
think it's like the point of the journeys, right? Like he's obviously on step like one of the journey, and I'm hopefully like towards the end of that like legal journey. But yeah, just interesting perspectives, I guess, from different sides of the journey.
Yeah,
I wanted to pass the mic.
I like you better than that guy, just so you know. Like,
Thank you.
Hey, Lost Boy, are you there?
Hey guys, yeah, Christian here. An unusual time for me to be up, so I'm watching the World Cup.
man, you say
Holland.
that every night you're in here.
My wife's been a bit more flexible with my hours. I'm slowly putting my foot down and in the household and getting away with things. But kudos to you, Billy. I think what you've just described that in my interpretation is experience, right? It's like you don't know what you don't know. It's a silly expression, but it's true, right? I think in any facet of life, if you haven't gone through certain things, you haven't got the experience to be able to have thick skin in certain environments. And at the time, it might seem crazy. It might seem like your world's coming to an end, but actually, in the long run, I think it prepares you for something different, which a lot of us have been through different, experiences. And I do believe that that's always for a reason in the long run, without getting too kind of like philosophical here. But to come to your point of like illegalities and the Web3 world, and from what I can tell, and I'm not saying this is the case in all, for the majority, but what I've seen at least, or I've heard from speaking to founders, is not many people do have NFT projects registered as a business. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not saying everybody should, but if you're not paying taxes, then you could argue many of projects are not, specifically being legal, right? So I think, sometimes it's kind of like the ones that get caught and the ones that are not getting caught. But in time, the way that this gets more compliant, I think it's just, going to become more evident. Those that like last the test of time and those that just manage to get away with it for a period of time.
Yeah, and Billy's new around here. He's gonna learn about all these Web3 fuckers and all their sneaky ways. But that's what we're here for. We run this show twice a day so that anybody could just stumble in here, but also the people who come back day after day, we keep them up to date with what's going on because things change so fast around here.
Yeah, and I think I've just missed so much of what you guys have been around for over the years. But I think like the long story short is like it's going to catch up to them, right? So if you're committing fraud and like I did, it doesn't fucking work. Like it might work for 6 months or for a year or for 2 years, but it sucks. It's just not worth it.
And I think that's the big difference, right? And that's the reason I can say that I like your style because you have admitted to everything and you've served your time. You've paid your debt to society, and you just told us you lied to investors, right? It's a situation that people get themselves into, especially at a young age. It seems like, um, and new in business, which I might not be young in age, but I'm still new to this, just like everybody else. So we're all learning about this stuff. But that kid, he's not even admitting that he lied to investors. He's still trying to tell us that the money's there.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to harp on what Alpha said, and this is something I heard from you, Billy. But you explained something that in the moment you had this great fear of failing, and you didn't want to sort of admit to like this thing could be a failure. Like now that you've learned this lesson, how do you navigate that feeling now? Because you're still pretty young, right? You're how old are you?
Almost 31, so 30. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard you got a birthday coming up this weekend, Billy.
Oh, unfortunately, getting old.
All right.
Yeah, but to my question is how are you navigating now with like owning up to your failure and moving on to something better?
I think it's a really good question, and like I'm probably not fully mentally there yet to really understand, but I think that like my fear of failure is the lowest it's ever been, and I think like I could just find more personal pride now in taking a bigger swing and missing, as long as I kind of don't hurt anyone and kind of go about it the right way. Whereas before, I kind of dictated my personal well-being and like self-confidence based on some idea of like financial success. And like, sure, like I want that as much as anybody else, like if not more. But just finding more pride in like saying, fuck it, like let's try to do something and do it right and make like this massive positive impact. And like whatever happens along the way is going to happen.
Yeah, and that's a great answer. And the main reason I ask, because I feel like, I'm a Web3 founder. I've launched an NFT collection, and you know, in the process of launching this NFT collection, I accrued so many holders, so many vested interests that we've had so many different deadlines and things to meet that I felt that same feeling as well. Like I don't want to fail my community. I don't want to fail people that place that trust in me. And I think for a lot of people that are founders up here, they've gone through the same thing. And the main reason I really wanted you to come up here to this space is to kind of talk about that. Talk about it's okay to fail. Don't step over that line. That sacred red line. But yeah, anybody else have question? Murphy, Nifty, Texas.
I would just add to that like as a founder of an NFT project, as you've said, back finance, I own another company as well in the IRL. I hate saying the IRL because the IRL, I spend most of my day on my NFT project, right? That is the IRL. But anyway, you guys know what I mean, right? But the difference being is like you, as we always say, you get closer to arguably what you would call your shareholders than any other business, right? On a day-to-day basis, you're talking to them every day on Discord, Twitter Spaces, and I do go to bed and I do think about certain comments that have been made, certain remarks, and I would never feel the same about that in any other business that I've owned. And I do feel like sometimes there's a pressure. If the floor price goes down, you kind of feel like shit, this particular name, these guys, they're investing heavily. We got to like make sure this is we got to pick this back up quickly because and we start thinking about their lives and families because we've got to know their lives and families through talking to them through Discord and spaces and stuff. So I think it's like a whole new thing that has never been experienced before to this depth in terms of business. And yeah, it's very interesting. And I think the legality point that Billy was talking about, I think sometimes, especially in Web3, a lot of people are not I don't want to say naive, but they're not probably wanting to dig any deeper than they have to try to find out what the probable real answer is, if that makes sense. So they're probably like, I've heard from a friend that this is all we have to do, and that's good enough for me. I'm actually not going to try to open the can of worms and dig any deeper, right? It's kind of like, that's what I've heard, and I'm doing what I've heard. So in my mind, I've sold it to myself, like that's enough. And that's fine to a certain extent, but it becomes different if you're owning a project where, again, you're having pretty much shareholders, and then you've got, in a lot of cases, depending on the size of your project, life funds that you're managing. So it's kind of like one of those, do you play ignorant to a certain extent, right? And I think that's what happens quite a lot in this space, if I'm honest.
I think also like with the visibility from what I've seen so far, like in these Web3 projects and like the public floor prices and everything, I think it just puts like a unhealthy pressure on a lot of like super early projects. And I think like if you look at the most successful public companies over the past 20 years, they all kind of go through their peaks and valleys, right? And like they've had periods where their stock just underperforms and doesn't do well, but over the course of those 20-year periods, they do really, really well. And that's sort of why I think these private companies that have grown super large, like it took them years of like getting venture money, right? And like not making any money to succeed. And they didn't have the pressure of this public coin or floor price for their NFT. So I think like my fear of like making the public access too early is that a lot of just founders don't know how to deal with that pressure early on. Like that said, the technology just has so much power. So I think it's like a fine balance and just like resetting expectations, which seems to be happening in the market right now.
That's awesome. ITK, what's good?
I have no idea what the fuck is going on here. Why is Billy here?
Oh, Billy just got out, and he's just getting into Web3. So, Bob
Well, do you know what? I'd assume that NFTs and that type of venture is the perfect place for Billy because there's been so many scams and rug pulls. I would absolutely. I'm very surprised, Alfred, to see that you have him up here and you're giving him a platform.
Oh, don't give me that.
No, I'm not fucking joking, man. I'm not joking. Look, he paid his debt. He paid his debt already. Whatever,
Oh, we lost him.
I'm sure we lost him. That sounded like a very targeted exit.
I didn't boot him. I don't boot anybody.
There's an ape that's looking at me that I think might have been the one.
Oh, Bach, you naughty ape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like we know this, I invited him.
Don't start a fight with ITK. We all got to get along around here. Now he's coming back up.
No, I saw you came up. You have a question?
I do have, not really a question, just kind of a expansion on Billy's statement around the whole pressure of floors and the pressure that public information puts on founders of NFT projects. I think it's appropriate. I think the difference between Wall Street and the NFT space is that in the NFT space, you're taking money from people before delivering anything. Right, and there's no transparency as to what your products are, what your backlog, so it really is a startup, but it's a zero risk game for those founders other than reputation, but many of those don't care about that really, versus somebody who is starting up a new company and being posted on Wall Street. There's usually an IPO that occurs, there's usually a SEC review of the books and things of that nature. So while there are peaks and valleys that those companies go through, that is part of maturation or the life cycle of a company versus and I think that there's a little bit of afforded to them along the way, right? If you're a high growth stock and things of that nature, right? Your stock may not necessarily be, depending on how many shares you issue, might not be a high price dollar stock, but over time you'll grow into it. The NFT projects, again, it's the money's being taken from the community, and there's no risk to the founders. So, I think that they should feel a little bit pressured by that because if they're taking a couple $1 million from people they don't know to deliver something that they say that they can deliver, that they should feel a little bit pressured.
Well, NFTs are funny like that, right, Uncle Lo? Because we've been talking business this whole time. Like everybody's building businesses and selling shares of their companies when we haven't talked about the art once.
Yeah, you're right. But, and as it relates to what Billy went through, and I can only speak on what has been publicized, right? He was given a bunch of money to go deliver a festival, and that festival did not turn out to be what maybe was advertised. And while the charges might be for other reasons, essentially that was a Web 2 version of an NFT project where the money to go and put forth that festival was brought in from other people, and there might have been money that he invested as well. But let's say he didn't invest any money. You'll see what happened to Billy. Why doesn't it happen to more of the NFT founders that essentially don't deliver what they were intending to
Yeah,
deliver?
and I know a lot of people are just getting in here, right? Because we usually take a little while to get up to our full numbers, but we were talking about this earlier, and I think Billy said it's, and I agree, it's just a matter of time around here. Like, the blockchain doesn't lie, and it also doesn't forget. And these founders are all tied to their projects, whether they succeeded or failed. So everybody's gonna have some
Yeah, I mean,
answering to do.
if Billy had to go serve, for his time, others should, do as well, right? And hopefully, yeah, it does catch up to it, and people do get justice.
The hands are stacking up here. Let's go back to ITK. Billy, are you still there? Or
Yep, I'm here.
all right, cool. ITK, what's up?
Yeah, I just don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah, Alpha.
Oh,
One
now I
second.
can't hear
One
him.
second, Alpha.
Back, yeah, yeah.
Before we start this,
I assume it was you back who
I
before
can't.
before we start this, Alpha, like,
I can't hear him.
yeah, no, I understand that, but we're not gonna. This is not gonna be like a piss parade of whatever. I personally invited Billy to come here and share his story, so we can take a lesson from his mistake. Right? We're not. He's not here to sell us on anything. He's not here to sell us on whatever he's doing. He's just here to share his story. So we're not gonna disrespect him by just whatever ITK is about
No,
to
and
do.
he's new here, and
Yeah.
like, we're gonna treat him like any other new person and kind of show him around.
So am I going
He
to be
doesn't know
allowed
how
to
to pin
speak?
stuff. I put that
Am
up
I
there.
going to be allowed to speak, or am I going to be consistently muted and booted?
I think you got to do something with your mic, though.
No, it's not. It's nothing to do with my mic. It's back muting me and kicking me.
No, I know he booted you. I already yelled at him for that. Just ask the question.
Yeah, my question is, when partnership with back, when NFT project, when rug?
There is
Yeah.
something that he's working on. Sorry, Billy.
Happy
Go
to,
ahead.
yeah, happy to answer. I'm not allowed to raise money, like as part of my conditions. So I'm not allowed to do an NFT project.
Yeah, but your back will do it for you.
It's not looking to, certainly not allowed to raise money, whether it's me or through like an intermediary. I think I was interested, as I talked about before, in like the virtual realm in terms of the governance of DAOs particularly, and then how the coming together of people online could actually like build and affect some sort of real world product.
You're waffling now, man. You're not answering the questions at all.
No, to answer your question, I'm not launching an NFT project, nor am I allowed to raise money. So it's not happening, whether through me or somebody else.
And I'm not launching an NFT project
Can
for
we
Billy as well.
look? I don't know what happened. Now I'm muting everybody. Y'all are messing with my audio. So fix your microphones and let's try again. Voodoo, what's up?
Okay, hopefully that echo is gone. I was gonna build off of what Lo was saying and kind of what you touched on a bit. Yes, if you're gonna take someone's money, you need to be responsible for it. Myself personally, if you invest $1 into me, I expect to give you $2. That's not like guaranteed, but that's just a standard I set for myself. I want to give back twice as much as I take. And that goes to all aspects of my life, whether it be NFTs, project managing, whatever. Um, and I think Lo, it's just a matter of time. Like Alpha said, the blockchain doesn't lie and it doesn't forget. So a lot of these guys building these projects, not fulfilling the road, at the very least, if you put something on paper for a roadmap, at the very least, you should accomplish that. Everything else is extra because that's what I got. That's what I bought into. That's what I gave you my money, my hard-earned dollars in return for, right? So I think when it comes to investment, like the Web3 is just going to revolutionize everything. It's going to be easier to raise money, but there's going to be a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility, especially once regulation gets into this space. It's just a matter of time, Lo. Just give them some time. They're coming.
I agree, man. Was there a No, there was no question in there. Lost
There
toys.
was no question. I just
I
wanted him
like
to
it.
follow up
I
on those
like
2
it.
points.
Yeah, funny enough, I was going to come off the back of what Lo said as well, actually, because I think what he said was quite prudent. I think coming into the Web3 space, in our particular case, when we came into it, we were very used to seeing projects have plans, but nothing delivered from day one, if that makes sense, except for the art. It was kind of like, it was like, you know, congratulations, you've minted this and you've been rewarded with this art. you know, now let's see what happens next. And because of the timing, and that was the expectation at the time, I think we fell trap as a project in falling into that world, right? In our case, coming to what Lo said, we actually bootstrapped, Sari and I, the co-founder, the development of Snipe Hub, the platform. We paid out of our own pocket to get that going a couple of months before. In hindsight, I don't think that would have worked today, because we probably would have to have minted our collection today and have Snipe Hub running from day one. And we got away with that probably back in the day, because that wasn't the expectation back in the day. It was kind of like, okay, you mint your NFTs, give you a few weeks, and that will be launched. And so, yeah, I think that's definitely a thing that most NFT projects have had to evolve to, is if they're building a game, or if they're building a platform or software, whatever it is, it actually has to be nearly delivered from day one after mint, from a credibility perspective. So yeah, I think it's an important point he raises. But I think most founders now, the art will cost you, I don't know, depending what quality it is, 5 to 10 grand if we're realistic. Depending if you're not the artist yourself that's running the project, but if you're outsourcing it. If you want good quality art from a semi-famous artist, then plus development costs, you're looking at 20 grand, maybe coming up to 30 grand. That's in your
Is
pocket.
3D art more expensive than 2D art?
Yeah, I would say so, depending on only because they're much more fewer and far between if you want good quality art. There are obviously celebrity artists like your Gonzos, your geniuses, that are top level guys, and I'm sure they'll charge a fortune, if you wanted to go privately. But if you want 3D art, from our experience and research, I mean, we were very lucky. We got a super great guy who's done amazing work. He has galleries and stuff. But the problem with 3D art is most of them are in the world of creating, they're in like very high level paid jobs, and they're in, contracts that don't let them go outside that. And quite frankly, if they were going to go outside that, they would do their own collection. They wouldn't work with someone. So we were very few and far between people that work as freelancers, and those that are will they have to buy into your concept, which we were pretty lucky in getting.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the same thing in the market. Like I think we're still seeing a lot of the same types of mints that we did a year ago. But ITK, if you've got a question for Billy, shoot.
Yeah, absolutely. I have plenty of them. And I have a couple of statements to make before I ask them. This is absolutely not the type of individual that we want in our community under any circumstances. My question to Billy is, what are you selling? Why are you here?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Here to learn, and like as I've said, like I'm super early on in this process.
Man, if you want to learn, there's so many
Wait,
resources
let
on
him
the
finish.
internet.
Let him finish, bro.
I mean, just like A, want to learn, and B, hanging out, right? Like I got out of jail 3.5 months ago, and just kind of get back at it. And I think that like I'm not there yet. I haven't like launched anything amazing, haven't built anything amazing yet, and have ambitions to do so one day, but it's gonna take a while. So here to hang and here to learn, and respect if you don't want me, totally cool. Just trying to find good people to learn from and hang around with and be with.
Okay, I think you've got a proven track record of being able to skirt regulations and use rabbit holes and have patsies and all of that type of thing. From my perspective, I only speak for myself. I do not speak for anyone else in this room. You're absolutely under no circumstances the type of individual who we should be welcoming into this community.
Yep, totally get, respect your opinion. Yeah, like want to tell me, like, guess what you're working on? I think you're selling like elite memberships or something. Just curious.
No, I had an NFT project that didn't work out. When we figured out that it wasn't going to work out, we refunded everybody's money.
Understood. Yeah, didn't know that. Just curious.
Yeah, ITK had a project called Club Crow. I was a huge fan, and it was really hard to get this community behind it. And it's really funny to me looking back, because when I was talking to them before launch, I said, this is a no-brainer. Like, everyone will get behind this, because they were putting together a validator, which means, and this is a great education opportunity. So this is a decentralized blockchain that we're building on. But the problem is, it was started by crypto.com. So all the validator nodes that are validating the blocks on this blockchain were handpicked by crypto.com. So essentially, it's not decentralized, right? And the only way for us to change that is to pool our funds together and run our own validator nodes. And unfortunately, the community did not put the money into it that we were looking for, and that was a bummer.
And the Club Crow website, sorry, it looks pretty impressive. Quickly reading.
Yeah, guys. So Billy, I just want to kind of close it up here. I know we're running like a little 10 minutes over schedule. Texas, I saw you came up. Do you have any questions, Murphy? Nifty?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. My statement I just want to make to ITK, Billy, I contacted you. You didn't contact me. I wanted you to come up and talk in the space. I completely get it. One second, ITK. I completely understand the skepticism that everybody has in Web3, but I definitely think your life experience can teach a lot of people here in Web3 about how to navigate, how to make sure to, just like I said, like allowing yourself to fail, allowing yourself not to be taken to that line that you took yourself over. And I think it's a great lesson. And I think there's a lot that people can learn from you, even with your experience. From that, I appreciate you for coming on the jungle, and speaking your mind.
Guys, Spotify, thanks for having me. And ITK, if you want to chat, feel free to DM me. I'm around. But thank you, guys. And we'll definitely come back soon if you want me.
Yeah, it would actually, be cool if you just popped in. We do this every day. And KD, I know you just got up here. I don't know if you had a quick one.
I do. Thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, Billy.
What's up, KD?
How are you, buddy? I'm glad to see you coming out. And I was in your space with the most stupidest question. But I don't know what the deal was. Why did you go in that space yesterday? Alex's space. I'm still trying to figure it out. This community.
Oh, you're breaking up, bud. He went to Alex's space? Who told you to go in there, Billy?
I did 2 spaces yesterday, and I think it was a good experience. Like, they're both a little different in terms of like the atmosphere and the vibe. But
was Alex's the good one? Which one was the good one?
His was tough, but
yeah,
interesting to see though.
He's got a shtick. It's all about yelling at people.
Yeah, it was tough.
That'll toughen you right up, man. If you went through Alex's space, you're good.
We're here. We're learning. So let's do it again, guys. I got to bounce now, but have a good weekend, everybody. And thanks for the time.
Thanks for being here, man. Peace.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks for inviting me. Later, guys.
Of course. No problem. Take care.
See you, Billy. Yeah, Alex's face is brutal. He's like, you say hello, and he's like, "Fuck you,
bro." I've got torn apart.
Why are you saying hello?
Okay, so now that he's gone, let's talk for real. ITK, what's up, bro? What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Oh, now you want to hear what ITK has.
We have like, it's a guest, bro. Like, we don't know this guy.
Hey, you gotta fix that mic.
Here, like, saying that
I'm gonna
like,
boom your ass.
project from him.
It's gonna be me this time.
ass lickers, boys. Are you actually going to bring that motherfucker in?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him up here.
It's
What
a
do you
good
mean?
learning
Dude,
opportunity.
if
Yeah,
Bernie
Do
Madoff
something
was
about
still
it.
alive,
it's
if
fucking
if if
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
No, your
It's embarrassing
microphone is
that he doesn't.
embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Fucking get a new phone.
It's fucking
look,
F-22.
Alpha, if Bernie Madoff was still alive and we can invite him to come up to space, I will
Oh,
listen to
fuck
it.
that.
You
Jesus
know, like
Christ.
what
Fix
Lads,
your
ITK is
fucking
saying is
get a hold of
phone.
completely
yourselves. Get a
backwards.
hold of yourselves.
Okay, ITK, bro, you have a serious echo. No one has told you, but like it is insanely hard to hear anyone when you unmute your mic.
He says no one's told
My,
you.
my point of inviting him, and I told you no more I was going to invite him, Alpha. You know, he didn't have to come up here. You know, but I think like to go to the assumption of saying, hey, I'm about to launch a project for him, is just like we're never going to grow as a
That was
space.
rude. That was
Yeah,
fucking
it's
rude.
just rude, like and unspoken for. Like this guy doesn't want to go back to jail. I don't want to fucking go to jail. No one wants to go to jail here. But
I
I
don't
would
want to
love
go back to jail.
I would
Katie
love to
doesn't want
learn.
to go back to jail. Jesus Christ, man.
I would love to learn from somebody like him about what not to do. About like because you know ITK. You know, congrats on your project. You launched a great project, but this man has raised like $27 million. You know, when one of you guys who raised $27 million and not go to jail or whatever, come up here, speak, you know. But I think that it's good for us to bring a bigger speaker like that. Like, if we brought on SBF on the stage, is that how we're
I've
going
got
to
more
react to him?
questions, right? Like, the dude was good at what he did. So I saw the promo video. I saw what they did on Instagram with the orange blocks. You remember that shit? They had Instagram completely covered in orange blocks.
That's not my point, Alpha.
No,
My
I'm
point is
just
just that,
saying,
like,
these are fucking. Then what are you trying to learn? How not to go to jail? I'm trying to learn how to fucking hype up a project.
no, yeah, that too. That's the marketing side of it, right? How to actually push out marketing and actually accomplish your goals, like not like ITK, right? But this, I'm sorry to shade on ITK like that. I'm so sorry. I take that back. But
Wow,
it's
that's just uncalled for, Box. Come
Y'all
on,
are
man.
y'all
I
are
know.
not
I'm
talking.
just saying, like it's. I feel like
I know,
to
but
react
someone
that
has
way,
to be the adult in the room. Come on,
to
man.
react that way is just like
I
I
hear
don't
you.
know, because I'm thinking about bringing more speakers. You know, like I reached out to him. You know, the Board Apes does go a long way. You know, like 100%. So it's like I just don't understand why.
Damn, man, you should probably like sponsor the show or something.
No,
Alpha, I
but to
sponsored your
take
show
something
multiple
wholesome
times,
like
bro.
that, like a good, wholesome learning opportunity, and just trashed all over it, man. Like, who appreciates
All
that?
right,
Who
all
brings
right,
speakers?
all right, all right.
And then we got
Yo,
Lane Low here talking about like what was Lane Low even talking about? Like about how these founders, and I think this is
Still
my opinion.
here.
This is my
Suck it,
opinion.
Bach.
You know,
Suck it.
he was just trying to make the comparison of the pressure of a floor, how it pressures upper management versus like a stock price and how that pressures upper management. It does the
And
same thing in
also
stocks.
responsibility.
When your stock goes free fall, upper management is like, oh, what the fuck is going on? What, you know? And I think it was a great
69 people in here. Don't move.
great
Everybody chill.
comparison. But I
Go
don't
back
know.
and listen to the tapes, Bach. Then we'll talk about it tomorrow.
All
Okay,
right.
Lane Low.
Deep
Okay,
breaths, everybody. Deep
okay,
breaths. ITK is coming back up.
okay.
Murphy. Definitely.
We need another co-host for ITK to come up.
Yeah.
Just want to remind everyone where you are. This is the jungle.
This is the
Everybody's
motherfucking truth. Tell him, Murphy.
Everybody's got a voice. ITK got a problem with Billy. He can come up and say it. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, but Murphy, I appreciate that, right? I just think that to come up and assume that he's about to launch a project and then defame me and say that I'm about to launch his own project and funnel money to him is uncalled for. You can't be saying shit like that.
And now my wife
I'm not
is
defending.
now
Yeah,
my
that's
wife is
slanderous.
pissed at me.
I
Okay,
agree. That's
she's got me
slanderous, Bach.
fired up over here.
Approach is approach, right? I'm not defending the man's approach, but he had an opinion and he just wanted to express it. So I don't see an issue with it.
Me neither. Katie, what's up?
My only issue is that he's playing that I'm gonna funnel money for Billy and launch
Oh
his
wait, Murph,
project.
talking about.
That's all I'm
You talking
saying.
about?
Yeah, I think people have to be careful about their words and make sure you know.
Oh,
you
listen,
don't
man.
get
I don't give a flying fuck about your words and how you use your words. Like, do you know, like, let's be honest here. Like, do you know,
What the fuck are you bringing this lad in here for? What is your angle, and
He
how are you
already
making
I
money?
think I
explained
don't know your
why
Dave
angle.
is
You,
all
you might be
right.
a fucking felon for all I know. Like, what do you mean? Who are
He is.
you? Who are you? You're not a saint, okay? You're not gonna come up here and be like, oh, this guy went to jail. He paid his debts to society, and I invited him. Why not?
And I
Why?
said, okay.
Why did you invite him in here?
the host invited him as well. So calm your
Yeah,
tits.
I
I
never.
have the same question for Alpha. What the fuck, like?
Why are you here? I mean,
Bach
everyone has a
said.
voice, like Murphy said.
Bach said he was talking to Billy, and he was new to Twitter, and I was like, fuck, man, I've been there. There's no better space for him to go to, honestly. Like, you
Oh,
think
I'm new
Alex's
to
space was a
Twitter,
good
so I
idea,
instantly just end up in the jungle. Come
bro?
on,
He's
man.
not
There's a rabbit hole
like.
you have to go down to get into
Alpha,
the jungle.
if I ever get SBF up here, because SBF has been on very small podcasts.
Yeah, would you not want me to have SBF up here? Because he's on
Yeah, and I'd give him the same
press.
kind of fucking treatment. Like, why are you fucking buttering this lad up? What's your
Because
angle,
I got
like?
to tell you something. Like, it takes people like us asking real questions to get
But
real
you're not
fucking
asking
answers.
real
Like,
questions. You're not.
nobody
You're
got. No, but like, it took CoffeeZilla 3 fucking times on Twitter Spaces until he got Sam to literally admit to knowing about everything, fucking commingling funds, and counterfeiting tokens. And it's all fucking recorded. So honestly, bro, like, we're doing the same thing every fucking day. And there's nothing different between him or KD or me. Like, I've been to
No,
prison. You think I
there's a
shouldn't
huge
fucking
fucking
run the
difference. There's a
space?
huge difference, man. There's a huge difference. And the difference is that this guy has been convicted of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud, because that's all he'd admit to, and his lawyers could get him off on for 6 years. Like, this guy is literally a criminal. He's known, like,
All right, what
you can
about Ja
literally
Rule?
watch documentaries on this guy.
What do you think about Ja Rule?
What do I think about Ja Rule? He had a good song back in the early 2000s. That's what I think about Ja Rule.
I mean, he might be in here tomorrow. You know, maybe he
Ja
got off
Rule is
scot
coming in
free.
here tomorrow. Why? Like, why? What's he
Because
selling?
why would I want to listen to you fucks every single day talking the same fucking bullshit?
Listen, I do agree that it has more entertainment value for you to have these people in here than to have the likes of me in here. But at the same fucking time,
No, I like you more than most of them. Trust me.
I don't even know what to fucking say at this point, to be honest. I'm like, I do not understand what the fuck is happening here. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills.
Me neither, but I haven't since a
The
year
man
ago when
came
I
here for
got
30
here. So,
minutes.
like,
He
what
talked
the fuck?
about he talked about his conviction. He talked about his life. He talked about making the mistakes that he did, and then he left. And then, but no, ITK came up and was like, "Oh, you're about to launch a project for him. You're about to funnel money to him." I'm like, "Bro, that is slanderous, bro. You gotta like, that's not how you craft
I
questions."
said, look, you can check the tapes. I said when back partnership and when I said he had a history of using patsies. That's exactly what I said. And he does have a history of
I
using
know, but we
patsies.
couldn't
That's a known
hear you.
fact. That's a
That
known
was rough.
fact. It's not fucking slanderous. It's not slander if it's the fucking truth, like.
Well, the Bach part is.
The which?
I like that his phone works better now. What's up, Joey? Because we couldn't hear you for shit before, by the way. Joey, what's up?
Apologies.
Joey. Voodoo, ¿qué pasa?
Sorry about that. I was trying to get my phone to click over. Myself, my own opinion, I stepped in probably towards the end of the whole little interview thing. I would rather get a new data point, so a little bit of knowledge. You know, this may be somebody that I really need to look out for and make sure I don't fall for the hype. Just tossing it out there. Each piece of data that you get, you can use it for your best interest. If this person has a habit of going a negative direction with what he's doing, and you can look for those traits and see that shit coming down the road, then
and you can ask questions. Like,
you know how to avoid this shit.
Like, who ever thought that they would be able to fucking talk to that dude in a Twitter space? Like, I watched that documentary a year ago. I'm still blown away by what we've done
I
here.
just think it brings the production value of the
I
job.
think the whole point was to learn what he was able to accomplish. Like it's impressive. It really is. I know he's a huge scammer. I know
Are
he
you
did
out of your
bad
mind? Are
things,
you out
but
of your mind?
he
It's
did some.
impressive that he fucking scammed millions of people.
I'm not
Thousands of
saying that
people.
at all.
Is that
I'm saying
The
impressive?
it's
fundraising,
extremely impressive that he was able to raise that amount of money. That's what I'm
because like
saying.
I threw a
Listen, I could
show.
promise
I
you the
was a
fucking
show
the sun, the moon,
promoter.
and the stars, and
I
I'll raise all the
yeah.
money in the world. Like, do you know? He
Hold
made
on.
absolute crazy promises, right? He raised a shitload of money, and then he fucking defrauded everybody. That is not impressive. That's a fucking
And then
scumbag.
No,
he
and
spent
that's
5
the
years
end
in
of the
jail.
story.
He's
That's the
paid
end
his
of
Yeah,
the
he
debt.
spent 5 years in jail, not
And
by
he
his
went to
own
And he's
jail
fucking
paid
for
his
it.
choice.
debt.
Right. But
And
the
he's paid
beginning
his
of the
debt.
story is what I'm interested in. And honestly, like as someone who did this, and Island Thunder was a big part of, a lot of the shows that we put on. So Island Thunder is really about this, about tropical fucking shows with Ja Rule and Sizzla. You know what I'm saying? So like I tried to fucking raise money like that. You think anybody was giving me money to put on fucking reggae shows on Martha's Vineyard? Get the fuck out of here. Not a dollar. Every dollar I made was off of tickets. And 98% of that went to fucking costs. So
Listen, Alpha man.
honestly,
Listen, I like you. I think you're good. I think you're a good man, right? Don't fucking compromise yourself just to keep it going, okay? Don't fucking lose your integrity, right? I'm not fucking joking. Like, I know
okay,
Texas is
all right.
laughing,
No,
man, but
I
like,
hear
I
you.
know it raises the entertainment value or whatever. Like, but you know,
I mean, honestly, I
Jesus
think
Christ.
I might have SBF on, but it looks like ITK does not approve. So I'm sorry, bro.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
it's a tough one.
It
I don't
seems
know.
like everybody
Can't
we
please
put on,
everybody.
we're condoning their behavior and what they do. Dude, this guy came up.
I'm
He disclosed it straight up. He was like, "I have a
Actually,
project
fuck that.
called."
You can't please anybody. I'm changing that.
I'm not
You
saying
can't
that
please
you're
anybody.
condoning his behavior. I'm not saying that you're condoning his behavior, but to
Yeah, because I
have him
don't.
up here and to give him a voice and like crofam and all that, like, do you
Yeah, but
know?
what's the whole point of this space? I give everybody a voice.
Listen. He's going to launch a project. I'm pretty sure, in fact, that he already has. Right.
It's
I'm
about
just reading
pirate
reading
ships,
an
though.
article
And
here
it's pirate
called.
ships in the Bahamas. It's not about this at all. He wasn't talking about his project. It was nothing about
Not yet.
NFT,
Not
nothing about
yet.
Web3.
Not yet. Not yet. He
Right, but
will be.
he's
Give it a
he's
couple of
He
months.
admitted.
told us. He
Give it a
told us
couple of
in here in
months.
a recorded space that he's not legally allowed to raise money or start an NFT project. So
Yeah, and he has a known history of using patsies to do it for him.
I didn't know that. You've
Listen,
done
you
your
can
research.
literally turn on
I'm
Netflix and watch a
proud of you,
documentary on this
ITK.
guy.
Everybody
It's
should
all.
be out here doing research like this guy. I knew his birthday was this weekend. That's about it. Because I read the bullshit article from 4 hours ago.
He just did a podcast with the Nelk Boys. It's pretty informative. He comes out, he takes responsibility for what he's done,
And are people
obviously
giving
he's
the
not
Nelk Boys
condoning it.
shit? Yo, tell me that, my
He's
friend.
been forced.
Are
He's been
people giving the
forced to
fucking
take
Nelk Boys shit
responsibility for
for
what
having
he's
him
done.
on there? Are their fans turning on them?
Well, he's a young guy. He spent the last 5 years in jail. I'm sure he's trying to salvage the rest of his life, which, he's got a lot of years left to live. So if he's trying to turn it around, you got to give the guy an opportunity. I mean, you can't
No,
just
but
shit on
seriously,
him
I
and mark him like that.
I don't watch Nelk or whatever. So tell me, like, how does the community respond to that? Like,
They again, I think it's his energy. He was humbled. He was humbled. He took
thank you, Mark.
responsibility for what he did. So, I mean, he wasn't up there, being an asshole. He, explained what he did. I think it helps other people who find themselves in a situation where things are moving quicker than you can control them, and you realize that you don't have the infrastructure in place to maintain and do what you set out to do. Don't do what he did. So, I mean, there's still some opportunities to learn there. But again, the guy spent the last 5 years locked up. I think he's paid his dues. You got to, you don't want to keep labeling him like that over and over again. And he's a big boy. He can stick up for himself. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it.
No, I'm glad that you're up here. I just realized that I'm not following you. This might be your first time up here. welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, because like I was just saying, everybody's fucking welcome up here. That's the whole point of the jungle. Katie, what's up?
All right, let's try this one more time without rocking. So, so this is straight up just my opinion and nobody's else's opinion. So if you want to judge me into that, I don't really give a damn. The guy did his 5 years. He paid his debt to society. The guy scammed $25 million from 90% of people being rich. I'm happy about that. I love him to death. I give him props. And this is, like I said, this is my opinion. 10% of those people probably were people that were trying to enjoy their life. Yesterday, I was in Alex's space listening to that thing, and people were asking the most stupidest question. I found out later on some girl that was a victim of him was the one that invited him on his space. Today, I find out that Buck found out. So listen, Buck, I don't know you, but you don't know me. I hear you talking and you never express my comment about no one. But, these community, these people in need, you got people that live paycheck to paycheck and they work hard for their families, man. So please, if this guy is about to launch a project, is about to do anything, keep yourself distant from him.
And tell
I'm
me
begging
something,
you.
Katie. You've
And
known me a
hold
long
on.
time.
Fair play to hey,
Give me
KD.
one
Fair
second.
play
Give me
to you
one
for
second.
having a set of
Have I
balls
steered
on you,
these-
man. Fair
Have
play.
I
Give me one
steered these
second.
guys wrong in the
Give me
past
one second,
year?
Alpha. Alpha, just give me 1 second. I heard this conversation yesterday. People were picking on him. And like I said, I feel he did his part. And it's my opinion. And everybody got their own opinion. If you're going to judge me because I did 6 months in, too bad then. Go ahead and judge me. I got no problems with that. I'm not, people don't come back in spaces to be judged. But Buck, I'm telling you, this community right here, a lot of people have been burned a lot of times. But do not do this to yourself. This is guys working towards a project. Please do not affiliate yourself with them. People, that's all I got to say. The rest,
So I'm
it is
hearing
what it is.
two
You see,
completely separate messages.
you see, Alpha. This is how slander starts, right?
Yeah, talk to me. What's up?
Now it's in people's mind that I'm working with Billy,
Am I rocking
even though I
again?
Yeah.
invited him.
Am I rocking again?
Can
Well,
you guys
and
hear
me
me?
too. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
No,
So
what I'm trying to say is that, like I said, that's my opinion. I respect the guy. He came back. He did his part in society. He stole 25 millions from rich people. It doesn't bother me at all. I can
27.
steal 27 million, 2 million more. It doesn't bother me at all. Maybe 10% of those people were people that want to enjoy their life with that. But the rest, I really don't care. But anybody tries to screw this community, man, I swear, I think is enough for anybody in Kronos to take any shit from anybody.
can you guys hear me? I
That's
SBF
all I
want
got
to
gotta
that
answer
say.
to
looking like
Katie.
pennies right now.
Katie, can you hear me?
No, he
Alpha,
can't hear you.
Alpha, can you ask if Katie can hear you?
I can hear you. Yeah.
No, I can't hear nobody except Alpha. Sorry.
Hey, Alpha, tell him that I'm not launching a project with Billy. I'm nowhere
He's
associated
not
with
launching a
Billy.
project with Billy. Everybody knows.
Box and
All
not
I did was
And Billy's
invite
not launching
Billy.
a project with anybody.
So back. Are you just using them to raise the profile of Crow, or what?
Aren't
Why
we
is
all
he here?
using each other?
No, we brought him in here because we wanted to learn just what he was capable of, and like it was just supposed to be a wholesome experience. You're supposed to be a wholesome guest for the Crow fam to enjoy, ask nice questions,
now
but not
you're
shit
out of
down your
line,
throat.
Moose. I don't know
Your
what you're
idea
talking
of a
about.
wholesome guest is someone who
Wholesome?
scammed people out
You're
of 27 million. You're
No,
fucking
man,
let me
deluded,
handle
man.
this
done
one.
his time.
Let me fucking handle this one. He ain't wholesome. All right, sweeps. We're okay with Bach. We're letting everything fucking slide because everybody's welcome up here. So don't call it wholesome. That shit is not wholesome. Everybody's welcome though. Voodoo, what's up? Wait, I don't know this Ritzy guy. Who's letting this guy up?
I did it. I don't know.
Is you mad that I'm rich, bitch? I don't know about this one.
Yeah, what's going on, Voodoo?
Well, to go on what ITK said, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but we don't have to do anything, but if we're gonna, this is just a platform for everyone, for as long as I've been coming to the jungle, sometimes I like what I'm hearing up here, and sometimes I don't, and when I don't, I could leave, right? It's all Web3. He did his time, he served for whatever scam, rug, whatever he was part of. I think as a society, we have to believe that people are redeemable because if not, we're all fucked, right? If we believe that the mistake that you make at, how old was he? What, 23, 25? is going to define you for the rest of your life. I'm 40 years old. If you were holding me accountable for shit that I did at 21,
My
come on.
God.
Jesus Christ, right?
Take it
That's no
easy.
excuse. That's no excuse.
There's a
Nonetheless, but
big
I think,
difference, there's a big difference between buying liquor underage, right, and scamming people out of $27 million.
of course,
Oh,
there
what
are
do I
degrees.
look like, a square? Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
I was going to jail for much
Yeah, but
worse shit than
don't
that.
just write it off like he fucking jade walked or fucking broke the speed
I'm
limit.
not.
No, he
Like,
took
I'm not all.
$27
I'm not at
million.
all.
It was an epic rug. They made like 4 fucking movies about it last year.
I'm not trying to write off anything that he did or trying to undervalue what he
He
did
had
to
a bunch
people.
of rich girls crying in a hurricane in a tent with a cheese sandwich. Tell me you didn't fucking see this shit. Come
listen, man, it doesn't matter if they were rich or poor. He took people's fucking money, like.
Well, they took private planes to a small island in
Yeah,
the
but
Bahamas.
it doesn't matter. Like the intent and the premise were there. Like, it doesn't matter if you
You're
rob
fucking
someone's last.
judging people. Let me judge some fucking rich people real quick.
Fair enough.
Come on, man. Chan is here. All right, shape up, boys. Murphy, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? I love ITK. He's defending. He's taking up for his home. You know what I'm saying? Like if he didn't act like that, then like you know what I mean. Like I feel like a brotherhood now with ITK because he's defending me against this guy. So, but at the same time, he really wasn't up here selling nothing.
This guy wasn't selling anything.
Not yet, Murphy.
No,
He
he's
will
not
be.
You're right.
He
He's
will
not
be.
allowed.
But
I'm
at the
literally
same
looking at an
time, like,
article online.
And when
He's
he
at
tries
it
to
again.
sell us something,
Fire
ITK,
Festival fraudster Billy McFarland uses whiteboard and poster to launch new virtual PYRT festival, and for $250 you can attend from your bedroom. I'm literally reading that article right now as we speak.
I mean, I hear
So
you.
he'll be fucking selling you something. Don't you worry.
I think I pinned it and I didn't read it. I just took it off of his page.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, there ain't nothing. Look, we got to know the deets, and if we had an opportunity here to get him in here and talk to him and figure out what he's all about, and get some inside scoop, like that's helpful for anyone. And it was put out at the beginning of who the guy was, because Alpha even posted in the chat in the Discord, "Hey, this guy's coming." I was like, who the hell is this dude? I have never heard of him. I had to look him up. So you know,
Murphy, this guy's a pathological liar, right?
And I get that. I'm totally down with
so
it. But
while he's telling you he's not selling you something now, and he's not doing this, and he's not doing that, and he's not doing the other, he fucking is.
All I'm saying is you don't go after the interviewer of Jeffrey Dahmer. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't shoot the messenger.
No, my issue with that is
I co-hosted him. I didn't co-sign him, and that was just because everybody was talking over each other.
Like, I just don't understand why he was here, right? And if someone said to me, "Listen, I've got a fucking murderer who I want, he served his time, but like, I want him to talk to all your friends," I'd say, "Go fuck yourself." Not a fucking notion.
Let a murderer up here.
Yeah, but you can't compare him to a murderer. Come on, guys. Like, look. This guy,
It was a bad comparison. It was a bad comparison.
Before you were even getting in Web3, he was already doing like these membership magnesium cards, like almost like early inventions of like NFTs, exclusive membership clubs, right? Like this guy, he's in the same. I would say a lot of the founders that we see in Web3 are going along right alongside of what he did. Right?
Yeah, his first project, that like credit card thing in the city, that was very much like an NFT project.
All I'm saying is, look, I wanted to bring him onto the interview, but it seems like I don't know if it's like the maturity level or something, but all I wanted was just
it's not being fucking naive back. It's not about a maturity level. It's about not being naive.
One second, ITK. You could have said the same exact thing, the same exact way you did it, but if you would have phrased it a little bit less hostile, it would have been perfectly fine, right? It's like the first time I talked to him, I
Just
literally
the
asked him
accent, dude.
this
I
is
came in
the
here and I listened. Hey, listen back. Listen for a second.
this is my
Yeah,
first
I
question I've
came
ever
in
asked him on
here
his
and I
face.
listened to the way you were fucking sucking his dick, right? And it made me fucking sick.
You see this? Like Alpha, like where are we going with these spaces? You know?
Shots fired.
That's
Like
never coming
look,
back.
ITK,
That is never
That
coming
is
back.
never coming back.
Alpha, 1 second.
We need an editor now. Who's gonna scrub this tape?
1 second, Alpha. The first time I've ever talked to this guy, this is what I asked him. I see that you're trying to launch this pirate thing. Is very similar to the Fire Festival, right? You went to jail for the Fire Festival. Why?
But I thought he wasn't launching a project. I thought he wasn't able to raise money.
Oh
The
God!
plot thickens, ITK.
Like I said, ITK. It's not an NFL project. It's something that he wants to do. He can start a business or whatever he wants to start, right? I asked him specifically, why are you going and starting something in the similar industry, right? And I even said it the same thing. I can send you the recorded space. It's like it's like SBF coming out of jail and launching another exchange. That was my first interaction with him, and I stomped him.
Yeah,
Like,
and back. If SBF did that, would you fucking say, "Oh yeah, come over here to the crofam," would you?
What do you mean?
To the jungle?
If I was able to get in the DM of SBF and secure an interview, of course I would have him here. I would ask Alpha if he would like to have him here, right? Because no matter what you think, right? SBF was he made it 30 under 30, billionaire before he turned 30. You know,
I'm sick of him. Honestly,
ran one of the
sick of that kid.
ran one of the biggest exchange, right? These are still accolades, right? No matter like what the downfall was, it's same thing as Bernie Madoff. If Bernie Madoff was still alive and he just happened to get out of jail and he was just on Twitter and I was able to get him on the space, these are notable people, you know? And
yeah, but they're not the type of people who should be introduced to people in the space.
Okay. All right, ITK.
I mean, man, you have to have an ounce of integrity about you, like.
I hear you.
So now you're attacking my integrity?
I don't want it to
Yeah,
go
absolutely
there,
I am.
Dude, like I don't even know how to go with this, bro. Like I'm not gonna go into this back and forth slander.
We gotta let old Fuddy Duddy go. What's up, Cole?
Oh, finally. Have you finished bickering? Jesus fucking Christ.
Honestly, huh?
Oh, no, it's crazy. I mean, I'm all for
these
second
kids,
chances.
Bro.
Yeah, it is kids. And that's exactly what it is. Kids. All for second chances. Know loads of people that have done bad things. Up for that. Happy days. Knock yourself out. But I just want to say, I've been commissioned to write for the Comedy Channel a script. And I'm going to be using your spaces as part of the comedy script. So I'll be DMing you, each and every one of you, for permission to use some of the stuff. And this spaces has been probably the best part of the script so
Lots
far.
of material here.
You got to keep it interesting, man. I don't know what ITK wants this show to be about, but it sounds very fucking BBC. And, like, that's not where we're going. KD, no, Possessed Pirates. What's up?
All right, I'll fuck off, so man.
No,
cheers. Good luck.
you.
See you later. Good luck.
No, ITK,
we
stay here. ITK, don't leave. Stay here, ITK.
Oi, come back.
He's gone.
Fuck.
Damn, I had something I was gonna say.
Fucking time.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
All right, man. I was just gonna say, man, about bringing that dude on. I don't know much about what he did personally, but even if somebody does wrong, whether they're rehabilitated or not, if you can get an interview with them, or if you can get a word on the street with someone like SBF, you know, like or that dude Billy, get an ear, get a word in with him, man. Talk with him, because he might be able to enlighten you on how he did something, so you can apply it and actually execute and follow through. All right. How many of you have been in a rug project where the roadmap was fire? Everything was great. Money was raised. Boom. And then dude just ran off with your money. Imagine if he had executed it, how much money he could have made instead. So imagine you're a founder of an NFT community. You can just take the lessons and do it differently. Do it the right way. You don't have to do the same thing from this dude, but if you could talk to a rugger for 10 minutes, you can learn how to not get rugged. That's all I'm going to say.
If he teaches you the first part, about how to, now you're sounding like ITK earlier. Hold up. If you teach about the first part, how to raise the money, and then really continue and teach people how to avoid the second part, which is fucking up, not being honest about it to the investors or the people that fucking came down there, even though shit wasn't ready and definitely wasn't gonna pop off. Avoid that part. Execute. Now you've turned 27 million into 54 million. Nice job.
Exactly, man. You can always learn from someone who fucks up, man. Is especially on a gigantic level like that, dude. Like, if you can learn a little bit from, just talking to a rugger, because I've talked to ruggers. I found myself in a group of ruggers one time, and I was like, well, this sucks, but let me learn some shit. And then I ditched and went on to real shit because I wasn't with the rugging, but I wanted to know stuff on how to not get rugged, like.
Yeah, but who them ruggers though?
This was on BSC, dude, when I first started, bro. This was meme coin season, bro. This was like before Doge even broke a penny. This is ancient shit.
Good times.
Yeah. So like I learned stuff on how to not get rugged. I came to Chronos because I kept getting rugged on BSC, even with the knowledge I had. Haven't really been rugged here that many times until I got into NFTs.
I
token
appreciate
contracts
this
are easy.
perspective because I don't know because I haven't been on BSC ever, but I get the.
It's the wild wild west, bro.
Yeah, and I get the kind of perspective where it seems like Chronos is doing all right, ratio wise.
Yeah, and Alpha, I pinned up the space that I confronted Billy about it. It's like the last 20 minutes. I'm not on his side. I'm not against him or for him, right? I just think that, just like what Possessed Fire said, I think that if you can listen to someone, right, live in the space in this interactive way, right, but still be respectful, right? Like we don't need to, denigrate this guy. We can learn something. We can learn what not to do. We'll learn what to look for, and learn a little bit of the skills that got him to that.
And look how much we've learned already, Bach. And we haven't even talked about the fucking plethora of news from today. From
I was
Reiner being released, Indonesia banned sex before marriage, even if you're a visitor. Russia banned homosexuality. Apple's dropping NFTs. Binance's bullshit fucking agreed upon procedure.
And, wait, actually, I want to talk about that.
PPI numbers, man. We got all types of shit to talk about.
Crypto.com came out with their audit today.
Coinbase came out with a warning to their users saying, cash out your tether for USDC. Are you seeing what the fuck is going on around here?
Yeah, but that's collusion, Alpha. You know that.
Oh, yeah, we know.
It's collusion with Circle. But I want to talk about Crypto.com, the audit. What do you guys think about that? It came out. It's almost like, I don't know, I called it out yesterday and it came out the next day. I don't know, maybe I'm like a visionary.
You stop it, Bach. You give us your lowdown on it. I'd like to hear your thesis.
Yeah, no, Cole, I think it's great. I explain what I think about it. I think yesterday talking about it, because, I started that conversation, is really great because it came out today. And what's ironic about it is the same firm that did the same auditing process according to the space yesterday, it wasn't an audit. So this thing that we just saw was not an audit, right? Because if you look at the internal,
okay, can I rephrase what I asked before? Can you just give us a summary of your opinion?
Oh,
yeah, some kind of
my summary.
Mickey Mouse fucking.
My summary is that the audit or the AUP that Crypto.com released is the same equivalence as what Binance released with their Bitcoin reserve. And what do we think about that?
AUPs, agreed upon procedures.
So what do we think about that?
They're bullshit. We want a real audit. I thought that's what Crypto.com was giving us. But what are you going to do? Voodoo? What's up?
I was just wondering if we're going to get to the news that you have about Thunder and all that.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Forget about all the other news.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Before you go ahead, Buck, do me a favor. If he's your boy, give him my number. Tell him to call me, bro. I would love to do business with him. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
He's not my boy.
No, bro, I'm being dead serious. No, I'm being dead serious. If he is if you talk to him like that, give him my number. I'll do business with him. You guys can stay away from him. I'll take the hit. So tell him, send him over to me.
Wait, stop doing
Let's.
this. He's not my boy, bro.
This is
Okay,
not.
so you talk to him. You talk to him. So tell him to hit up KD, and
You
I'll
heard
do
him in
business with
here.
him.
He said, "Fucking his DMs are open."
Yeah, you just DM
Yeah, I
him,
don't
bro. That's
DM
what I did
people. I don't
exactly.
DM
I
people,
KD, he's
bro.
got
look,
less followers than you.
Katie,
I
I
don't.
pinned up at the top. I cornered him at a space. You can literally hear it. I got him. He was stomped when I asked him the question. He sent me a follow. I DM'd him. I'm like, can I invite you to my space tomorrow? He said yes.
Oh,
Now we're
You
here.
fucking called this your space
I was
box?
about
Our
to say this is
space.
disrespectful.
You know,
that
just
is
in the.
that is like that is just too much.
It was just in the. I thought I'm the top jungle holder. Okay. This is a DAO. Okay.
This is a DAO. That's true. We got to run it by Murphy though.
It's all our space.
All right, Joey, what's up?
So back to what I said earlier, take the data that is being given to you. How you utilize it is up to you. If you utilize it by making sure you don't get wrapped up into that situation, that's a huge positive. Now,
Wait, you came up here to
completely,
repeat yourself?
no, I
Oh,
came up to surmise because Cole said, hey, surmise, not the whole synopsis, just surmise. But now I know someone down here is doing good work for the community, Mr. Chronoballs, and his mint is still crawling along. Guys, it's just like that little tweet button down there in the right-hand corner. It doesn't take a lot. Now, I know he's got some very exciting news coming up here shortly. I don't know if he's up here in the speaker box ready to talk about it, but guys, don't sleep on this stuff. There is all kinds of stuff. This isn't a flash in the pan project. This is a brand. This is something that's going to be around for years and years. Joe Q, stepping back.
thank you, Joey. Now, if there aren't any more questions or feelings about our previous guest during the first hour, I would love to move on to the news, but also we got to let everybody know, like Voodoo was asking. You can tell Brian is not here, but he did DM me, and it is 100% going live in the morning. We don't have Coffee and Crow. The only update is to the UI. It's gonna be fucking awesome. So all you guys got to do is prepare for the morning. If you want to cash in mystery boxes, the process is simple. You're gonna need a thunder token, and you're gonna need some thunder, just like the minting process. Shipping is gonna be in Crow. Depending on the size of the item, everything is the same per box, so it goes by what kind of box it is. The shipping, highest shipping, obviously being with legendaries, because those are the sneakers. So be ready with all three of those things, and we are gonna do our best to have everything out to you guys by Christmas. So I'm really proud of this team, banging it out.
So I'm gonna have to rewind you real quick. With the shipping shit that's going on, it's probably not going to be Christmas, but we will do our damnedest to get it to you as
It'll
fast as
go
possible.
out before Christmas.
That may be true. Yeah.
Yeah, we're always saying we shouldn't do hard dates, and we prove ourselves right over and over and over again. But like, how do you tell people when something's coming without some type of date?
It's a conundrum.
End of the year. End of the year is good.
Hey Alpha, if I can get CoffeeZilla up here, you down?
Yeah, because he's just like my favorite person on YouTube or Twitter.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah, just send
check
me a
the
list
tapes.
of A-list celebrities we need to bring up here, man.
I don't fan out about a lot of people. I would fucking fan out over CoffeeZilla.
Okay.
No shit. Just on like,
I think Texas actually lives near him.
I just like his style. And I think of all the people that I've seen talk to Sam on Twitter, which is just like mind blowing when you think about it. Like just the biggest dummies.
Well, if
But
you're
you're
gonna
very
fan from
anti-crypto, though, right?
Texas needs the
Coffee
host place.
Coffee really took it to him. And he did his research, you know? He's the one that really does his research. I dig it. And I trust him.
Yeah, I just wonder if he'll come into a crypto space since he's all anti-crypto.
This isn't a crypto space. This space is about a person's rings.
It says NFTs, Metaverse, and FIFA Men's World Cup.
Yeah, so a little bit of soccer.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
there you
in other
go.
news, I was gonna. Oh, what's up, Ickerson?
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. How are you? How's the Ring project?
Fantastic so far.
Hell of a show for your
Thank you
first
for asking.
sponsorship.
Well, yeah, hey, exciting. Hey, what a better, this one will probably get a lot of re-listens too, so hey, it works out just fine.
100%.
No, but yeah, I just been listening and I love the conversation. I love all the opinions and I love that we're all still able to sit in the same room, most of us, and talk about the things that we may agree or disagree on. It's really how we're going to grow this. There are lots of opinions. There are lots of different plans, and everybody's their own individual person. So, there's several people that I probably don't really agree with on like a personal level in most of the spaces. But hey, we come here and I like to listen to everybody's opinions because I can learn something from somebody that I don't necessarily agree with, right? I can kind of see what the other side's about a little bit. But no, just fantastic conversation. Like I said, for me, it's I know what the individual did, so like I look at that, that's all you can do, and everybody deserves a chance for redemption or to have that step back up. It's hard. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, but at the same time, in this area that we all consume a lot of our time with, it is important, and we do hold a lot of us really close and near and dear. So we do go on the edge, or we do feel maybe like infiltrated sometimes. When certain people pop in here because we might think they have a motive, but a lot of our motives are all the same. Like we all came for something. Now, like I said, if you know somebody and you don't like somebody or you disagree with their stuff, as long as they're honest and upfront that they're behind the project, then you can step away from it. There's a lot of projects that I don't necessarily agree with, but like I have some of them because I believe that it's going to go somewhere. But like the people behind the project is the most important thing. If you see people out here working and delivering, like those are the guys to look out for. Not a lot of people or some people might not like everybody in a space. I know Bot gets a lot of shit a lot of times from everybody, but there is opinions. So as much as anybody wants to dislike those or whatever, like it's cool that we can have a place where we can say what we feel and not really be ridiculed or attacked. So I just wanted to say, thank you for, like I'll say it every time I'm up here. Thank you for having the space where we can come and just have a voice. Everybody gets one. If you have one and you haven't used it yet, hit that speaker button and come on up and tell us how you feel. Go down, retweet the room, follow everybody in the space. If we want to grow, if we want to, really get the best out of this experience, we need to hear from everybody, even the people that we don't necessarily agree with, because, like I said, learning is the most important tool that we should be trying to do here. We should try to sometimes not necessarily get too involved in our own opinions. We should definitely have them because they keep us safe sometimes. But we should also realize that, hey, maybe we might be wrong. So I just wanted to say thank you again for the show. Thanks for letting me be a sponsor this week, and just great conversations today.
Bro, I always love having you up here. I think you're spot on about a lot of things right there. And one of them is how many people are going to listen back to this space, because I've seen it happen before. So let's give them a rundown of your project coming next week for the listener backs.
Sweet deal. So my project is basically it's a ring. It's an in-life, real-life ring that you'll get that I handcraft myself. It's a 777 NFT collection. You'll have to collect one of each of the colors of the rings, which they're based off the colors of the Crypto.com cards. There's the Midnight Blue. There's the Ruby Steel, Jade Green, Royal Indigo, Icy White, and then we have the rose gold, and then the obsidian. You'll collect all of those, and then you'll pick the one that you choose to have it designed after. You'll basically you'll burn 6 of your collection, and so that takes the collection down from 777 to 111. You'll claim your ring. I'll make you a ring with your choice of the color that you want, your choice of the glow, if you want the glow in there. You also get 1,111 Troopers tokens back when you mint one. Also, there is we're going to give out 500 Crow every 111 mints all the way through the 777. It's going to be Wednesday at 4 o'clock. But yeah, that's a little bit about my rings. The story about my rings, how I got making them, was quite a few years ago when I was in high school. Quite a few years ago, I met a beautiful woman, young lady at the time, and we had a thing for each other. And she was from another country, and I was from here. And so, like when I was young, I had a child. So in her culture, it was kind of like I was married. So she kind of like went her way, and I kind of went my way. She went on, lived her life. I went on, lived my life. I went through a divorce, and she went through a separation. In the same exact day my divorce was final was the same day that her separation was final. And we found each other on Facebook as friends, and it was absolutely insane because I looked for this girl like for 20 years. I never found her. And so I would ask for her to come back into my life, to the universe, and all these kind of crazy things. And I did. It happened. And then, she wanted this ring. So, I tried to be all sneaky, and I ordered her a ring, and then she got it. And then she wore it for a couple of weeks, and then she dropped it and it broke. And so I was like, I can make a better ring than that. So I made one. And then I had several people from the business that she worked at ask for a ring. And then I had started telling with like family and friends that I was doing it because where I'm from, probably like ring making isn't like a thing where you probably would get respected for doing. But, I found it absolutely. I love it, a hobby. I've made probably a couple hundred rings in my ring making career so far. I've made cremation rings. I've made wedding rings. I've made all kinds of different unique pieces for people. It's just really a super passion that I have, and I'm trying to see what Web3 has to offer. A nice ring business. I don't think there's any really out there. I'm trying to go completely Web3. Just to see where it takes me. I have a large support group here with the Kronos chain, a bunch of awesome and amazing people who love and support me, and I just want to make everybody proud, including my family. Right, like this is an amazing opportunity for me. It's so cool that people of Kronos are supporting me and loving me, and I love seeing everybody when they change the PFP and just liking and sharing the tweets. And I just a lot of love and respect, and I just love the support and all the energy that everybody has for this project so far. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys, everybody in this space.
We appreciate you, man. You might like it out here on Martha's Vineyard. It's a small island, but you wouldn't believe how many ring makers there are out here.
Is that the guy?
The ring guy?
Yes,
the criminal guy? No, he left.
No, I'm not a criminal guy.
No, my son is like
not anymore. Huh?
My son wants to know. No, his aunt, my wife's sister, is a ring maker.
Oh, awesome! That is totally sweet.
It's a very respected profession.
What do you want for your next care package?
Who, this kid?
Yeah, he's my Massachusetts kid.
It's your Uncle Texas.
Uncle Texas here. What do you want for your next package, buddy?
I don't know. I basically have everything.
He has everything. There was everything in that package.
No. Okay,
Good
we're
answer.
if we're gonna double the excitement for the next one. Okay,
buddy,
223 is gonna be even better.
Walking away.
Let me think.
No, now he's following me. We only got 25 minutes left here, folks. It's been a hell of a show. I really hope you've all tweeted out the room, because now I'm checking. 37.
You still have 30 minutes left.
37. Unbelievable. What are we doing?
Hey, what's up,
What's
going on, man? It's been a crazy show here today.
It's like less retweets than we get on a normal night. There they go. Look at these guys. They forgot. It's been spicy.
Come on. That's the first thing you should always do when you pop into the jungle is go down there and like it and retweet it.
That's facts.
That
So
way it's out of
Alpha,
the way. That way you don't got to worry about it.
Alpha, if you had the opportunity to interview O.J. Simpson, would you?
Well, he says he didn't do it, so I believe him, right? Oh, my daughter's not.
Yeah, but OJ
You guys
Simpson,
take it easy.
I just feel like OJ Simpson doesn't relate, right? Like was he
Yeah.
in?
What were we talking about?
He's
We go on
someone
a
who,
case by case basis. OJ,
yeah,
I'm saying no. I don't vibe with it. Be a good show though.
I like it for the sports aspect of it.
You
Yeah,
would
that's
talk
that's where I
football.
was going
You would talk football with OJ?
In a
all day.
heartbeat.
All day.
All right. Poor guy. We should probably just leave him alone.
Well, I'm not talking steaks with Hannibal Lecter. Just saying.
That's where we're drawing the line.
That's right.
There's a line in the sand that shall not be crossed.
Hey, what did you think of the proof of reserves? Was that enough?
Nope. We're not digging it. No one around here is digging it.
I mean, it's a step in a direction.
True.
We'll see if we can get a couple more steps to follow, and we'll be jogging before you know it, though, I have a feeling.
I don't think people like the fact that it seems more legit than it is, right? And then you realize that it's a AUP and it's not really an audit. Does anyone want to break down like why it's not an audit? There's certain things that are different about an AUP. It's like you can
Yeah,
still
no, Alpha,
you
can
can
you hear
still
me? I don't know if
fudge
you
a
can hear
lot of
me.
it. What'd you say? I think we lost you, man.
It was weird. His mic didn't even come unmuted.
Yes, Twitter's freaking out right now. Don't worry, folks.
Oh, cool. Well, let's take this couple minutes. I need some decisions from you.
What's going on?
So that DM that I sent you. Sorry, folks, you got to listen into our Island Thunder business meetings, but we don't ever talk. So
It's a DAO.
So okay, check that DM, but now start at the bottom, and because like any deals, all the good stuff happens at the bottom. I just need a. Are you aware of that?
Hold on.
That was a conversation. You told me to hit up Codex, Caesar and Codex.
Oh,
this
okay.
is a conversation that him and I had, and
One time.
at the bottom there.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I never heard that
Okay.
before.
Yeah, so that's a big deal there. So I'll need to know, if you want to go forward.
So this is also because they've upgraded, So now you're offered a lot of options.
Because I can do 30%.
We're gonna have to talk about it as a larger group, I think.
Sure.
Right? Because then we can make a decision about whether or not we got to make a return on investment, honestly.
Sure. Well, that's not going to return the project.
No, but long term,
distribution, yeah.
Distribution, and just we also were. If you go off the numbers from Board Candy, the pool definitely gets larger when you incentivize it.
Absolutely.
And all we really want is for high liquidity and low, not necessarily low volatility, but low price impact.
Low price impact, yeah.
We want people to come in and be able to make whatever purchase they want.
I'm down with it. If you are, like I said, I can cover 30%.
I'm balls deep in this long position.
I hear you.
Oh my god! I tried to stop at 100K, and I just can't because Crow's down again. 6392. I just bought it for before I started the show.
And what if it hits 5.5? What if it hits 5.2?
I can stomach 5.3. I can't stomach 5.2. So that's interesting. You brought up 5.2.
You need to be careful.
It's my liquidation point presently, and that's a boatload to lose. I'm not trying to lose it.
No, hell no. You hit a motherfucker up and make some payments if you need to.
No, but I'm getting good at this. I mean, I've only been doing it a week and a half. I'm getting good at it.
And it's fun.
So
but you
long
don't
term,
want to
where do you see Crow at though? Like long term, like before the Bitcoin, before the Bitcoin halving though. I'm talking about over the next year if we stay in this bear market. Do you see 3 cents?
A year of continued bear market.
Because it can happen because the Bitcoin halving is in 2024.
Yeah,
so you got to be prepared.
3 cents could happen.
They're thinking March, and historically it doesn't even affect the market until about 6 months after.
Because a 3 cent Crow is honestly, if we're going off the macro crypto market, that's like a $9,000 Bitcoin. You know?
What's that in ETH? Like 850, 700?
Yeah, it's like a $700 ETH.
Well, I mean, it's all
It
doable.
could go there, but it's literally worst case scenario.
I was just curious. I wasn't trying to fuck Crow. Whole room got real quiet after that.
Well, I got quiet because it's usually when Bach would jump in, but he's like rugged out or something.
I was literally thinking the same thing. He's got like that crystal ball for Crow.
Yeah,
dude.
well, we left a little gap there for him, but he missed the alley-oop. I might have to boot him. We only got 18 minutes left here. I see my guy Viking down there. If y'all have anything to tell us, come on up.
Well,
I got my stuff for tomorrow, man. How you guys doing?
Let's go.
Setting up for IRL. Just finished loading the truck. Gotta get the table in there. Making the pamphlets that talk about the project and NFTs. Got about 20 parents that are gonna stay afterwards to learn about crypto and talk about it. And how we gonna start onboarding?
Unbelievable. Now, I know it's technically impossible for everyone to be doing what Chronoballs is doing, but just imagine if all of us were doing the same thing like what he's doing tomorrow.
Or something
the nonprofit.
Favorite.
No,
Just
not the
something
nonprofit, but you know, the group onboarding with shared motive and perspective through sports. It's just like I see what's happening.
Well, it doesn't have to be sports. So what I'm saying is if you take your favorite thing, let's say,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, you play the violin, you get with your people that play the violin, and you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just spread it around to your group.
Yeah, man, and that's how it works.
And motive and interest.
That's the word.
What up, Tex?
Yeah, that's kind of the whole idea with the blood for NFT is like all these people are donating blood. Why not give them an NFT to onboard them into crypto? But tomorrow I'm doing a space with Vino if anyone wants to come and listen.
Man.
What time is that, Texas?
That's your second space with them.
8 a.m. Or it's actually we're doing a space on their behalf. No questions about that.
Alpha. Quick
Still
question.
in the mail, though.
What's up, Garth?
Yeah. How do you redeem your mystery boxes?
Great question. Tomorrow morning, the Mystery Box Redemption Center is going live on islandthunder.io. It is a very similar process to minting with no Oracle, no wait times, but you're going to need the same things. You're going to need your Thunder token. You're going to need some Thunder. This time you're going to need some Crow for shipping. And you're going to be able to trade your commons for rares, your rares for epics, and your epics for legendaries, and for a Thunder fee. And you're going to be able to cash in your boxes, give us your shipping information, and give us some Crow for the type of item that we're sending, and get your boxes cashed in. We're super pumped.
Okay.
I'll put out an announcement in the Discord, but so our project here is pretty decentralized, and none of us know what the other ones are doing. So as soon as I go through the experience myself and know exactly what I have to do or what has to be done to get it to work, then I'll put out an announcement in the Discord.
At least we're honest about it around here. We're all learning this together. Like, it's a process.
This is a beautiful thing because, and I'm going to tell you, I had a meeting with Brian, about a month ago, and I told him all the things that I wanted to do with this whole mystery box redemption, the things we talked about, and the things that you wanted to do. And then he was like, I don't know if that's going to be, if I'm going to be able to do that, this, that, and the other, just not making me any promises like a good dev should. And then 2 weeks later, I hit him up and he's like, yeah, I'm just busy. And then 2 weeks after that, he hits me up. So 4 weeks into it, and he's like, I figured it all out. It's going to take me a little bit more time, but everything's going to be done, everything you guys wanted. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing, because, the things that we're asking for, I haven't seen yet. So I think it's going to be really cool.
We've got a lot of trust in this organization, and it's been working out for us. No shit. What's up, Balls?
So there's an auction happening right now that the Draco and the Art of Nick Taylor and those guys are all in a room right now. The Secret Crow Society put it together, and the auction is being held on crypto.com, and they're donating 50% of all the auction proceeds to Chronoballs NFT, so that we can keep our mission going. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys can go check it out, they're hosting a space right now. They give away a lot of NFTs and stuff during that space.
And these are the customs that they make, right? So they partner with a project, they do a custom NFT, they auction it, and then 50% goes to the project that they partnered with.
This one is different. This one is projects got together, put in their artwork, and the Secret Crow Society created a 3D spinning NFT, and they're selling that. And 50% of all the auctions, there's like 6 or 8 projects. The entire auction, 50% is going to come towards Chronoballs and sponsoring kids for the next upcoming season.
Oh, even better. All right, cool. That's awesome. Man. Everyone should check that out.
We're still doing those tumblers too, man. And we're going to start out putting shirts out there and all kinds of stuff. Got to get the website up and going to get the IRL. And the token stake is coming out soon, so be ready for that. I've been working on some stuff in the background. Kuka came up with some cool things, and we still building. So we're doing both IRL and Web3. So if anybody got questions, shoot us up in here, man. Check us out. Back us up, man. The mint is still going. We're at like 340, I think, out of 500. We wanna get that mint done so that we can keep pushing forward into the next phase of the Web3 side. As you guys can tell, and if you can't, you gotta ask somebody, because we've been working our ass off IRL, trying to onboard, trying to bring the project utility on Web3. And it's all about the Chronos blockchain, right? My onboarding process isn't centered around Chronoballs. It's centered around Chronos, Crypto.com, and the blockchain, so that they can learn and understand that, ask questions about how we do what we do, so that we can then get more people in the space instead of just sharing each other's money right now. we're pulling from one project to the next, to the next, to the next, trying to survive. And we just have to expand. We gotta grow. And this is my way of being able to do that.
Amazing. It's one of the best pitches I've heard you do in here, man. And Balls is by far one of the best projects on Kronos. So it's never financial advice. I just really think everybody should be supporting this project. Tex, what's up?
I was just thinking, like I love home run derbies in the Major League Baseball, and I was thinking, how can we give little bits of crypto to people who don't have crypto, be it gift cards or codes on baseballs that were hit in a home run derby? Like, how can you distribute crypto in airdrops in different ways to normies? And if I could buy a $20 Crow gift card and hand it to somebody and say, hey, here you go. Here's your DeFi wallet. Here's your first initial deposit. Go get yourself something or hold it. Like what Kronos Balls is doing with, onboarding people who are not into Kronos or crypto is what we need to do. And, even if we were making bingo, like go to the bingo halls instead of giving, cash prizes or whatever bingo halls give out to the senior citizens, to give them cryptocurrency or NFTs. I know they probably won't want it, and obviously they won't know how to use it, but to win something is still novel.
I'm digging that idea
Well,
with the QR
the only
codes on the
problem.
baseballs, and I was thinking, how is it that you can do this? Because you can't put a seed phrased wallet on a QR code, because someone else could use it. But you could do a QR code to a URL that we set up, or even just to the DeFi wallet download page. If there's some other way of conveying the information, but you got
Maybe
to
a
get the person.
confirmation code and an email address.
That's what I'm saying, is like a code also that's on the ball, and the first person that uses the ball to scan the code and gets the other code in after they go through the process of setting up a wallet and send in the code, then they do get crypto. But
Well,
it's always going to be work. It's always, because this is DeFi, right? And it's like there's
and
always
do
going to be that barrier where you got to teach people in the shortest amount of time possible how important it is to own your keys, own your crypto, and how to write down your seed phrase. These are the most important things.
so Texas,
Thank you. That's what
we're
I was
doing
going to say.
something. We're
It's the
doing something
logistics.
with that. Sorry, Murray. But we're doing something with that IRL as well. So we developed a program so coaches can sign up their team, and you only need one wallet for the team, and then that team will get paid to play. So anytime they go up to practice based on attendance, they're gonna earn CBZ token, and then at the end of the season, what we'll do is we would sponsor the team a pizza party based on their activity or things like that. And the way we're going to sustain it is there's a small fee that goes into it.
Everybody loves a pizza party. Oh, we did lose Bach. Of course we did. Let me boot him. Ball out. What's good?
Got a lot better.
Get out of here.
What up, though?
What up?
Yeah. Shit, man, I got a new song, man. Y'all want to hear it?
Definitely.
Let's go.
You got it queued up? Let's go.
Yeah, I do got it queued up. What's going on, Jungle Gang? How y'all doing, man?
It's been a hell of a night.
It's Enter the Game, yo. Hope y'all like it. your hands up. Let me get some hearts.
Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I done been sent to the flames, came out on top of the land. Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. See, my daddy was a player from the old school. Coming up, we ain't really had no rules. When I got into the game, but I had no tools. But my mama didn't give up to no food. Either straight out the dirt, had to hustle and work. Cause there wasn't no trophy for participation, you had to come first. Some of us died, only the strong survive. It was the longest ride, now we arrive. You gotta swallow your pride, and no more running that high. We gotta make it, I know the day is awakening. The reason I'm saving and stacking and staking. Reason they shivering, shitty and shaking, they intimidated, and I know they hate it. See me escaping, and they started chasing. I know it's amazing to witness and lately. Laying the pavement, stronger and better, more invigorating than taking the pill. Is this the matrix or is it just real? I'm caught in the middle of making the pain. Stuck in between my decision to yield and settle the deal and go for the kill. Think that I will. Winning is all that I came to do, and the same for you. I wouldn't quit if you paid me to. Do it cause I wasn't raised to win. You ain't got a shot if I can try. You ain't got a lie cause I know why. Put it on the line every time I came, and I ain't never had no shame. Sink to the flames, came out on top of the lane. I ain't gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. They gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I done been sick of the flames, came out on top of the lanes. Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. I'm about to enter the game. Now they gotta put respect on my name, cause I'm about to enter the game.
Yo, you gotta email me this one, bro, because I can hear that shit slaps. This phone is not doing it justice.
Yeah, that's enter the game, yo.
Fire, bro.
Yeah, nice little dope thing. It's the newest addition to my little exclusive music songs. You know what I'm saying? Got over like 20 tracks, yo, including the crofam songs available with my Ball Out Crypto NFT, man. I only got 2 collectors, but it's 100 of them things available. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate some support from the crofam. You know what I'm saying? I represent for the gang. And
where do they find it? Where do they go and get it?
Yo, OpenSea, or you can click my PFP. You know what I'm saying? And check out
so
that thing.
It's an Ethereum thing.
Yeah, it's an Ethereum thing, man. I say, I wanted to put my music and the availability to like the playlist that I've been putting together. You know what I'm saying, on the biggest marketplace available, so that I'll be able to connect with more people. And through that way, I could make more connections and then lead them, you know what I'm saying, towards the Chronos way, especially when they get to hear the Chronos songs. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my biggest means of onboarding when I connect with other music artists, you know what I'm saying, trying to bring them into these spaces too and get a little bit more representation through music in the Chronos blockchain, man. I think that'd be extremely dope. And I try to be one of the biggest facilitators for music onto the Chronos blockchain.
For real, man. I've always dug what you've done ever since, a year ago when you first started putting these Chronos tracks out. I mean, you've been doing it from day one, and that deserves a lot of respect just right off the rip. And just like with Chronoballs, man, it's like I can't help but feel like there should be more collectors. There should be more people that are holding this type of stuff, because that's a real collectible, man. That original crofam song, like, come on.
And music NFTs is definitely the wave. You know what I'm saying? Not only do they like give you that like instant utility, like for a fact that the artist is gonna be out there every day grinding, pushing itself. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's one of the things that I look for in projects to see if it's really worth investing. Like, is the creator or is the lead of that project gonna be pushing at 100% at all times? And you know what I'm saying? With music NFTs and music artists, we got that.
Honestly, I got to figure out what it is about Chronos that's holding us back right now when it comes to the music. Is it the block size? Like, what is it that's holding us back from having our upload size is what really needs to increase with the NFTs. Like, I think that's what's holding us back on
I don't
Chrome.
know.
No
I
one's
say
giving
I
us the
know for a
ability.
fact that if they were to make like the MP3 available, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's like one of the main things. But with the MP4s, they just like don't let us do the
Yeah,
audio in there. That's a weird little niche they
100%.
pulled off. You know what
Oh
I'm
snap!
saying?
Yo, happy 420, everybody! God damn, we've done it. We've done it again.
Do you smoke?
I do. You're catching on. It's all 420s that we burn through, just like we do every damn day. So, congratulations, everybody.
Alpha, before you go, what do you have
Yeah.
planned for the weekend?
Oh, well, we got a Christmas tree today, so
Do you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah?
We celebrate both because I'm Jewish and my wife is not, which means my kids are not. So
same thing, Alpha. We celebrate Buddhist and Christianity in my house, so multi religions works out well.
Good.
Are you guys joking, or you're really Jewish? You're really Buddhist?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not joking.
Not joking.
No, does it sound like a joke?
I never know. I've joined many spaces, and one time I joined a space. The guy was like, "I'm trying to get into investment banking. Can you give me a recommendation?" Didn't think it was a joke. Joined another one. He started asking the same question. So I was like,
they're hilarious. These guys, huh? They're real. They're real entertainers.
Goofy, yeah.
One last big shout out to Brian and Future Color.
Yeah, that's another one, and it's on crypto.com NFT. So I think it's important we remind everybody where these NFTs are, because so far that's 3 different blockchains we've mentioned. Crypto.com's Chronos.org chain, the Chronos chain, and the Ethereum chain. So those are different things. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
You're going to be on tomorrow? The Jungle.
Jungle tomorrow. No coffee and crow. And by the time I see you guys tomorrow, hopefully everybody's had a chance to check out islandthunder.io and see what we've been working on.
Before we head out, could I get some feedback on my PFP?
The Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves Homer.
Okay. So you think it's a good one? I don't know. Some people say change that.
I had no idea what to think when you were coming up here, honestly. I'm following you now. You got 101. That's a great number.
Yep, climbing.
You're climbing. You're climbing.
Yep.
We're all climbing together. And we just got to remember, drink some water, brush your teeth, own your keys, own your crypto. This is DeFi, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't ever forget that shit. Don't tell your seed phrase to anyone. That's your NFTs and money going out the window. Write that shit down, pen and paper. Put it in a safe. Put it someplace safe, and then write it down again. Put it someplace else. Now you're good. Now you can show somebody else how to do this shit, because it ain't easy. And we'll be back tomorrow. 420. Crofam for life. Lots of love, y'all. Peace.